Hidden Figures. So, Hidden Figures was the true story behind the brains behind NASA when NASA and the space race was going. It was America versus Russia, and we had to win the space race because the brains behind this monumental feat are these black women that you really didn't hear about. And now we have their story. A really interesting story, too. I mean, think about it. At this time when women really didn't work in that field, and let alone black women, it wasn't really the most progressive time, I would say. This is one of the things that the movie deals with, is like, alright, NASA needs you, go if you want to help out, great, that's awesome. NASA isn't saying that you're equal, that's great, you just want to help. The movie circles around three women, Catherine, Mary, and Dorothy, who works at NASA and who are dealing with quite a bit of racial prejudice due to their skin color, which was something that was extremely common at that time. But they have the rare circumstance of being in this incredible field, and they're really pioneers at and what they're trying to do, but at the same time, they're dealing with a ton of people who aren't allowing them to do what they need to do because they don't have access to certain files.
Considered.
What would warrant a colored woman attending a white school?
Or certain areas.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? You can't be in here. Who are you?
Or even one of the characters in particular had to run very far to use the restroom.
Where the hell have you been?
To the bathroom, sir.
Because they have specific restrooms for them, and so it makes everything difficult, and it's truly about how these characters navigate NASA while also creating different math formulas and things that just didn't exist at that time to help people get into space. Although this film is portraying around 60 years ago from today, the language used in the film was phrases or slangs that are still used nowadays. For instance, in one of the scenes, we see Dorothy calling Catherine a bae. A bae is a pet name for one's lover or a friend who is close to you. This is a slang still commonly used. There was a drastic difference between what then black and white people were wearing because of the segregation between the races. The white people in the film were very well dressed. People were dressed in clean white shirts, black pants, belts, but because of the racial difference, black people don't get paid as much.
Lord knows you don't pay colors enough to afford pearls.
Therefore, they can't afford all of the stuff that the white people have. For women, they simply wear simple dresses. Or for men, they had to wear cheap shirts that were on sale because they can't afford it. The technology used in the film was much less advanced than what we currently have. For instance, we saw the computers used in the film were very out of date compared to the computers in NASA that we use these days. In Hidden Figures, there were numerous important, impactful, and meaningful scenes. In this scene, we see Dorothy, a black female, taking her two sons into a public library. In only a span of 2 minutes, we saw many acts of racism occurring. First, we see a black protesting for their rights, and white policemen trying to stop them through force. Dorothy and her children sees this. She leads them away.
Pay attention to that. We're not worried about trouble. Go on.
Then the scene pans towards two water fountains. They were labeled colored only and white only. Again, another obvious sign of racism here when a black male comes for a drink and the white mother watches in disgust and leads her child away. Then we finally get to the library, and as soon as they get to the section they wanted, a white woman approaches Dorothy and told her to go to the black section.
There are books in the colored section.
It doesn't have what I'm looking for.
Well, that's just the way it is.
Dorothy doesn't cooperate and gets kicked out of the library. Even then, we see the white security guard grabbing her two sons roughly, again showing signs of more racism. This film was a really great film and very inspirational. It tells the story of black female leads doing science, doing maths, doing computers at a very racist time. I really recommend this movie to everyone. The story is revolutionary itself, and the performance in it is just really phenomenal. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this.